Hello and welcome to the discussion of Flutter widgets na. Okay. So in the previous videos, we've talked about the ano, the Dart programming language, diba, ang syntax, yeah, some of the unique syntax and behaviors of Dart, some of the limitations of Dart, yeah, diba? So we discussed those in the previous video. Now we will proceed na on the foundational components of Flutter applications. So what makes up Flutter apps? So this is we're talking about the code level na siya of Flutter applications. So Flutter's foundational widgets are the building blocks of everything we create. So in all of the Flutter applications, that is made up of widgets. Kaya siya are Flutter widgets. And then, as of now, more than 160 na available widgets that we can use. From your simple widgets to your much complex widgets. So more than 160 ang available for you to use right away. And then also you can create your own custom widgets man. Okay. So the way we categorize these widgets is as follows. Diba? Your value widgets, your layout widgets, navigation widgets, and other widgets. So these widgets right here, so although we call it widgets in the sense of Flutter, this but generally ang e-learning concept is also present man in other frameworks, in your JavaScript frameworks, in your other types of application development, other programming languages that dwell in app development. May mani sila. May components man sila used for value widgets, for layout widgets, for navigation widgets, as these are the foundational components of what makes up your application. Okay. So what are value widgets? So these are widgets that holds a certain value. This value can be a text, an image, or a value from your local storage, diba? And a service on the internet or from the users themselves. So these values, ang purpose na siya either kuhaan niya sa user, kuha sa user, or i-display niya to the user. So they use these values or these widgets are used to display values to the user or and to get values from the user in the applications. So I think with this terminology, I do aware naman kamo na these are some components nga display and then getting. So for HTML, for your typical na website development, diba? Maisip nyo man some of the HTML tags na ang purpose nila is for displaying or for getting value. Okay. So one common value widget is your text widget. So this text widget displays a text. Very simple. Another widget is an image widget. So we just displays an image. So that can be any supported na widget nga image types, diba? As long as supported Flutter, it can display it to the user. Okay. So some of the value widgets nga probably matakal nyo or probably will discuss. Ayan. Probably you'll research and try to utilize in your applications. Okay. So when we say layout widgets, so this gives control, structure in making your scene layout properly. Diba? Mag-layout ka mo, mag-position ka mo sa other widgets, your value widgets, diba? Your buttons, your text. So how do we position it based on the prototype? Nga, basihan nyo. So, si layout widget na ang bahala tira. Okay. So, placing the widgets from side to side, above and beneath, on top and bottom, making them scrollable, making them wrap, ang space between these components of widgets, si layout widget na ang bahala. And then, on the right side, so these are some layout widgets that you will encounter in making your application. So I think some of these layout widget do familiar to you kay ginabaro yan na ang specific behaviors in your CSS na styling. Okay. navigation widget. So when your application has multiple screens, diba? Multiple pages, multiple scenes, you'll need some way to move between them. So that is why we have a way to navigate from one screen to another, or for your way to users to navigate within your application. Okay. So this will control naman on how your user sees one scene and then tries to move from the next scene. Navigate. Navigate from one place to another. Okay. For navigation widgets, so here are some of the navigation widgets nga ma-encounter nyo or we will use as you try to develop your application. Okay. So this one right here, so other widgets, which we will discuss on your gestures and gestures. Okay. Okay, so not all widgets fall na this on this previous category. So i-discuss na siya sa other widgets. So we will do that in your gestures na topic. Okay. Okay. So with here, okay. So in Flutter, ang widgets ganing discuss can be categorized as stateless or stateful. So when we say stateless, we say that these widgets will not update over time. Diba? Mag-set ka lang sang style, so kung ano man na purpose ng widget, and then that's going to be static na siya in the duration of your application. Okay. So, I think we will try to ano lang to cover here what is your stateless widgets and non-stateful widgets. As later on, you will try to create your own widget, your custom widget. Okay. Si Flutter, diba? Maka-create na kamo sang custom widget. So when we say custom widget, so we will just combining these different widgets, diba? Into one big widget. Pwede gid na sa. So that these custom widgets that is reusable na siya in your application. So that widget can be found on your different pages, on different scenes of your application. Okay. So, amo to, heavy focus sa OOP, si Flutter. Kaya ang widgets niya ni is considered to be as objects. So, every widget here in Flutter is a class that can have properties and methods. So, properties we set and then methods we call. Okay. So, every widget here can have a constructor with 0 or more parameters. And most importantly, every widget here as a build method, so which receive a build context. So this build context na siya, so this refers to the current context of your application. So this context, makastore na siya sang data that reflects the current situation or the current status of your application. Okay, so this build nga ni, this widget, so whatever widget here, ang sa unod sang build that is going to be reflected within your application. So build, ang other term dira is render. So you render what your application will render when your app is running. So what widget will it render? Okay. Okay. So kung gusto niyo mabalaan kung ano na siyang unod sang widget ka na, so just look inside your build method. Okay. So may sa aton Flutter apps, maginatawag kita nga root widget. So this root widget amo nang pinakababang nga widget nga gahandle. Okay. So this root widget, diba? Sa amo nang pinaka first widget nga gina-call nyo or gina-set up nyo. So then this can be composed of many other sub-widgets. Okay. So in a way, the custom widget na siya. And in this, diba, may kita class nga fancy widget nga ga-extend sa stateless widget. Okay. So stateless meaning wala na siya ga-change ha. So amo ni mag-set ka mo sang amo ni nga application, di ba? May material app na widget, and then may scaffold na widget, and then so on. So wala ni siya ga-change. Ang design niya wala ga-change. So later on, we will discuss what ang stateless widget and then your stateful widget. And with this, ang probably ang setup nyo sa inyong Flutter apps is yung meron kita root widget with other sub-widgets nga present. Okay. So, muna yung structure. So, if you look at the code right there, so medyo ano siya, medyo mabula siya structure. But if you try to create a tree, diba? Si material app ang sa babaw, as you can see right here. So, diba ang return material app? So that is considered to be or your root widget. Okay, so material app, and then susunod just is scaffold, and then within that scaffold, mayroon kita tatlo ka properties right here. So mayroon kita app bar. Diba? These are some of the properties that makes up your screen right there. May app bar kita, may body. So si app bar, amo na makita yung sa babaw nga na. Ang sa babaw sa inyong app. Then si floating button, that is located on the lower right side. Then the body, that is the content in between. Or sa amo ng dako nga space in between. So we will discuss deeply on that sections of your application. Okay, so this is how din lang siya structure na siya using a tree diagram. Okay, so one way para this one is for rendering your Flutter applications is meron nakita keys. So keys or identifiers ni siya for Flutter to quickly render a specific na widget. Kay your application will compose mostly of widgets man siya. Lumabudlayan na siya, no? In a way, kung damo-damo na kamo widgets, lumabudlayan na siya mag-track i-track sang Flutter, sang framework kung ano na nga widget ang ipang update niya. For example, may arak mo function i-update dito si specific na widget. So, paano niya pangitahon is with the use of keys. So this one, wala mo ni siya gina-set up. You can set up manually your keys, but for the most part, set na siya si Flutter sang key automatically. Okay. So this is one way for setting keys, diba? In order to manage those applications with a big tree of widgets. Okay. So occasionally, Flutter gets confused when matching the widgets with elements in trees, diba? It is so rarely that they're going to be satisfied if you understand that keys exist, and that's why Flutter may need them. So if your widgets are being redrawn, as you might expect when there are changes, keys may solve the problem. So this is more related na siya in the other type of widgets, which are your stateful widgets. Okay. So since these widgets right here are classes na siya, pwede na kamo kapas sang parameters, passing a value. Ba? In creating your widgets, pwede na kamo kapas. Okay. So, mayara ka mo formula nga y is equals to f of x, diba? So, it concisely. Okay. So, see right here, diba? So, paano to is the function gali for passing parameters to a function. Okay. So, this concisely communicates that x, your independent variable changes, diba? Change kay gahatag ka mo sa different values for your parameters. So, y ga-depend siya sa values ng f, x. Okay. So in this case, you have your scene that will depend on the data that you are passing. So with different data, na-reflect na siya sa different scenes ng inyong application. Okay. So as your data in your application changes, the screen will change accordingly. So you can call this some data-driven applications, di ba? So ang data ang ga-drive, so ga-change, ang ga-manage or ga-control sa scene, sa ano man na ma-display sa inyong application. So some Flutter muna siya, you can create data-driven applications within Flutter. Okay. So with this, diba, the data can be re-rendered with the new data passed from outside. Then data can be maintained within certain widgets. Yeah. So we say that pwede kita ka-manage data within certain widgets. Manage, diba? Pwede kita ka-add, pwede kita ka-modify. One of the limits of your stateless widgets is hindi na siya ka-manage ang data or ka-maintain. Okay? So hindi, when we try to re-render your stateless widgets, hindi na siya magbago. Okay. Okay, so with this, so to pass data into a widget, you'll send it as a constructor parameter like this one. Diba? So mag-widget build kita, and then here we return a person class with the value in a widget. So value pass into a function parameter. Okay. So if this person class widget represents how to render a person, it would be very normal thing to pass in a first name. Okay, just like we did with Sarah, diba? Sa previous example, like this one. Okay, so if you do that, you need to write your widgets constructor to receive that value. Okay, so ga-manage na kita sa constructor dire. Okay, so with this, may kita person nga widget, diba? So ang purpose mo na ng isang person nga widget is to display it in a text. So kung ano man to ang first name nga gina-display ya. Okay, so here we are still sticking man siya gyapon on status widgets. And so paano na siya ma-capture? So first we have to declare the attribute, diba? So here we can say nga final ni siya. Okay, once maseta ang variable nga first name, in here, in our constructor, so hindi na siya mag-change. Okay. So this is our constructor, and then this is the attribute, and then this inside our, so inside your build nga function, so build nga method, diba? So within your class, so here we will display, or we will try to display, pakita ta sa user, kung ano to ang first name ng pasta within the person nga class or person nga object. So kung ano man ding pasta nga value, Sarah, that is going to be reflected in your widget. Diba? Kaya so ang unod ng widget ta is just a text. Okay. So let's try to note three things. So first, we will list the input parameter in the constructor. So that is this, that first name. Kay first name, so same lang ni siya ang names ang attribute defined in the class. And then, so this, ang first name is the variable nga inota sa constructor. Yung ginaseta sa constructor mismo. Okay, so same lang na siya. Second, so make sure you put this in front of the name constructor, sa aton nga constructor. So this, that first name. So this points out again to the previous discussion sa direct programming language. That this matches into class level property rather than the parameter that is local to the constructor function. And then the third one, mark the corresponding class property as final. Okay. So kung gusto niyo mag-pass 2 or more properties, di ba? So we try to include 2 or more parameters sa inyong constructor call, and then i-update ang aton nga class to handle 2 properties or 2 attributes. So mayroon kita na first name, that's another variable for the last name. And then sa ato nga constructor, ma-add kita sang this.last name. So here we are expecting two properties or two parameters for our persona widget. And then in your build widget, you can display both the first name and then the last name. Okay. Okay. So with the existence of the name parameters or name function parameters, you can also do it here. So mo tong purpose sa naglain kita sang that nga constructor is that we can implement the name constructor parameters. Okay. So better practice na siya. So if you're trying to this one on this nga practice diba of using name parameters to gamatamat naman siya sikat sa industry. So, kung may na siya i-practice nyo na ang yung nga behavior nga coding skills to utilize name parameters. Okay. So with your name parameters, ma-reduce ka mo sa confusion in passing the parameters in the constructor. Okay. So although medyo medyo different siya if nanad makamugyapon to sa function parameters nga wala name, that's okay. Okay. So this one, lang do? Subtle lang change, less confusion, di ba, in your part. Do para po sa inyo initialize sang instantiate sang objects without looking at the class nga paluwat-liwat. Okay. 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 So we are using the in the preceding examples, we are using a person class that might have been defined in the same Dart file when you're using it. So if you're trying to follow the example. But a better practice is to create each class in a separate Dart file and import it into other Dart files where it is used. Okay. So in Dart, in Flutter, so gonna expect na siya nga to create, or for you to gonna expect or gonna practice to create multiple classes or multiple files that will house multiple classes, multiple widgets. To practice code modularity sa inyong end. Okay, code modularity, meaning pwede siya magamit in other parts of your application, diba? Just importing the file that contains the class or the widget, and as well as pwede siya magamit in other projects. So import, i-copy paste nyo lang ang file, for example, in other projects or in other applications. Okay. So again, I think nag-mention naman ako kung ano siya si stateful widget, diba? So ang gina-create lang to previously is or are stateless widgets. So stateless widget is one that doesn't maintain its own state. So wala siya state nga gina-manage. So stateful widget does. So state, so refers sa data within a widget that can change during its lifetime. So maka-manage state ni ang atong nga stateful. So stateful, may state nga present. Stateless, wala state. Okay. So ang person state, ang widget naging obra, in the previous example, stateless widget na siya. So if it's a widget that just display the person's information, so wala na siya ga-change the duration of your application, the duration nga gadalaga ng your application, that can be a stateless. So but if it is a person maintenance widget where we allow the user to change the data by typing into a text field, di ba? Ang inyong application, mga input sa user, di ba? Each ma-input ba siya sang first name. Then once maklik siya sang button, i-change to ang display nga text. So that can be a stateful widget na implementation. Okay. So for stateless widgets, this is preferably used siya for just displaying objects or displaying data or values nga wala siya ga-change. Now, if you try to so this we will try to utilize stateful widgets. If you want your application to accept the input from users and then reflect that directly to the users, to them as well. So, magamit na kamo sa stateful widget. Okay. Okay, so hopefully, diba, at here, at the end of this session, may idea naman kamo. So, di man nga ma-perfect yung yet, but may idea na kamo on how to utilize Dart in creating Flutter widgets. Flutter applications na. Okay. At least may idea naman kamo on what to expect, diba, in creating your Flutter applications from the programming language to the syntax to the concepts, especially sa OOP concepts na gina-utilize heavily sa Flutter. Okay. So, thank you for listening and see you on the next video.